Scentland, the land of scent. Hello and welcome everybody, Chris back with yet another fragrance review, and usually I do not like to do top 5s or top 10s because after a while it's rather boring and rather plain. So I thought to myself, let's give it a little bit of a twist, let's give it a twist to keep it sort of interesting, okay? And what could that twist be like? And I thought, why not do a my favorite 5 fragrance pairs or fragrance duos. What do I mean by that? Men's and women's fragrances released by the same designer in approximate chronological closeness to each other under the same name or under the same branding. So what do I not mean? What does not qualify for that category? For example, Gianni Versace's blue jeans and red jeans, okay? Male, female, or woman's and man's fragrance, yes, and same designer, yes, and they came kind of close to each other in timing. Yet the other one, the one is blue, the other one is red jeans. So it's jeans, but it's not. I want to be stricter than that. It has to be the exact same name, the exact same branding by a particular designer. Okay, so let's see it in action. Let's see it in action. And I'm going to cover 3 decades, the 80s, the 90s, and the new millennium as well. How exciting is that? So let's start with Julio Iglesias, one of the best-selling artists of all time, okay? And he, the father of Enrique Iglesias, Julio Iglesias, ladies and gentlemen, in 1989 released a fragrance for a woman called Only. Julio Iglesias, Only. How did I get to smell this fragrance? Julio Iglesias was one of the favorite performers, artists, singers of my mother, believe it or not, my beloved late mother. She used to listen to these, these syrupy sweet Julio Iglesias songs. Amico, tu non sai che male ho per quello che ti faccio. Whoa. It's not my type of music, but okay. Still the man sold more than 100 million albums, okay? So he came out with this fragrance in 89, so I bought it for my mother as a surprise. And so, it was a surprise to me because this smells so nice, so amazing. Oh my goodness, lovely, deep and rich. And 1991, so the release of the men's version. Julio Iglesias Only for women, Julio Iglesias Only for men. And the men's version is captivating, a warm, rich barbershop type of fragrance. Beautiful, beautiful. These 2 fragrances, Only by Julio Iglesias, absolutely stunning and among my top 5 fragrance duos or fragrance pairs of all time, because the quality is fantastic, the smell is fantastic. So I really love Only by Julio Iglesias. Let's travel. We are trying to follow a chronological order here, okay? So not an order of preference, but rather than that, a timeline, a chronological order of release or launch of a particular fragrance. And I mentioned Gianni Versace, the great genius Gianni Versace, and in 1991 he came out with a fragrance called Versus Uomo, Versus Uomo, and then in 1992 Versus Donna. Look at these beauties here. Versus all over the place. Versus. This is how it looked like. Look at this. Oh, it's beautiful. It is, in my opinion, kind of, timeless. It really looks so inviting. And the smell is the same here. You have a dark, rich, sweet, ruby type of fragrance for woman, and a leathery, piney, citrusy, tart citrusy, great fragrance for uomo, per uomo, for the man, okay? And look at this fantastic design of the bottles as well, and it's just utterly stunning. So I think these 2 are my favorite of the 5, I have to tell you, because this is just perfect in every sense. The smell, the marketing, the whole thing behind it is just absolutely stunning. Versus Uomo 1991, Versus Donna 1992 by Gianni Versace, also obviously in my top 5. Okay, let's travel on in time. 1994 sees the house of Aramis releasing There you go. Havana! Havana in this beautiful cone-shaped, or cigar-shaped, or drum-shaped, conga drum-shaped bottle. And 1996 saw the release of Havana pour Elle. This beautiful little, I have them only in mini. Well, I have the Havana in the new design, but I'm rather sticking to this classy one. These are fragrances that are just so, again, so utterly beautiful and running and be marketed under the same name. Havana. Havana for men, basically that's how it was called. Not pour monsieur or not pour homme or per uomo, for men. And Havana pour elle, for her in French, okay? Beautiful and very rich, very oriental fragrances that were just totally contradicting the flow of the time, because think about 1994, CK1 was flooding the market. It's light, fresh, watery crispness was really the hype of the mid-90s yet, and this is a great example, Aramis, with the Havana man and woman's release, contradicting this flow and saying, no, we stick to something else, we try to set a different trend, we bring in something very heavy, oriental smelling stuff to the market, both for her and him. So Havana for men and Havana pour elle, absolutely brilliant, huge quality. I gotta love it to bits. I really, really do. And sad to see Havana pour elle go and not being able. And Havana for men is still available in a different type of packaging, reintroduced to the market about 10 years ago, but still out there. So beautiful. Havana by Aramis. Then we travel on in time. The next year is 1998, and the Italian house of Nino Cerruti releases this beauty, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness me, along with this box, okay? Cerruti Image or Image. I would stick to the Image version, okay? Cerruti Image with a very positive sort of marketing here with all these positive words in the bottom half of the box, and indeed the bottle, the frosted part there that you see, and a new type of sprayer as well. This was very futuristic at the time, and what a beautiful, refreshing yet very deep smell, where the main player is pear. It's wonderful. It is really truly wonderful. And 2 years later on came the woman's version, okay? Cerruti Image or Image Woman, okay? So there you go, there's the full setup here, okay? So 1998, 2000. And the woman's version is equally as beautiful. It's with a leathery green floral citrus freshness that is just stunning. And both have these atomizers there that you see. This looks actually like, my wife said, this looks like a little rabbit here. Look at this, yeah, right? Gotta spray some of this beauty as well. Oh my goodness, love these fresh, positive, yet still rich and deep and extremely complex blends. And again, same name, Image or Image, for man and for woman. I adore both of these, and especially around autumn time and going into the winter. Actually, even though they're fresh, they have the consistency and the base and the heaviness. They're heavy enough to carry even through the winter. So, Image, beautifully done. And last but not least, we stay in Italy. The Italians know how to brand fragrances for men and women, don't they? Because in the year of 1999, Trussardi came out with a woman's fragrance called Python, or Python, right? It's called Python. Look at this bottle. Look at the color. I mean, like, good God almighty, this is beautiful, right? Python. How does it smell? This is absolute gourmand category. This smells like Christmas. This smells powdery, chocolatey, semi-sweet, so seductive that, like the juice color, it is just, oh my good God Almighty. And the theme I have not here, I don't have the box here, but the box had this snake skin type of scenario going on in red. And 2 years on, 2001 is the year. This time, Python, let's take Python. You can see barely anything left there. For man. Again, it has this shape, right? And this one, again, wow, like it's such an exotic smell here. It's not your typical blue that you would think it is, blue aquatic. It is much more, it's much richer than that. It has some very, very exotic notes in there, and it smells fresh. It smells blue, but in a different way. Probably one of the most exotic smelling fragrances, most special smells, definitely, that I've ever smelled. The man's version, while the woman's version is just pure delight, and it smells like Christmas sex, I really say. So again, a perfect, in my book, a 10 out of 10 fragrance pair, fragrance duo. This time released by the house of Nicola Trussardi. Well, Nicola, I don't know, because he passed away in 1999, as far as I remember, and this came out in 1999. So I'm not sure if Nicola himself saw the release of Python, but certainly Trussardi maintained their very high quality approach to fragrances at the time still, with Python for woman or Python donna, and Python or Python uomo. So these were the top, my favorite, I don't even say top, such a stupid word, my favorite 5 fragrance pairs or fragrance duos of 3 different decades. Hope you found it interesting enough, because if you can catch 1 or 2 of them, it's very much worth a try. Thanks very much, and see you soon for another review. Amico, tu non sai che male ho,